The workplace, a spot to demonstrate your professional excellence and business skills while conducting yourself in an orderly fashion.
Sometimes. Other times, it's a place where people bug you at your cubicle and chew too loudly in the break room during lunch.
And sometimes the pressure to be professional is a little too much for people and things get out of hand. We're Mike
and Ugo.
And today we're looking at the wildest crimes committed
while on the job.
Let's watch. This is shot in the 90s or what?
Right.
My gosh. Oh yeah, he instigated, he's throwing a little thing on him. Like he's throwing something at him to mess with him.
Is it at him or is it at someone else? Amazing these CCTV cameras, you could see anything back then.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Swing move.
Oh my God.
Oh, man, does this guy watch a lot of WWE or what?
Literally, he's like, grab the phone book.
That was like a wrestling move. That's crazy.
Considering the date of this, it could actually be, that could be the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
Grab the Yellow Pages and attack.
Clearly, that's a crime.
Yes.
We got the crime of battery there.
Right.
I don't know what was going on in the workplace to make them so angry.
Well, here's the thing, Michael. This is what people are going to be thinking when they see this video. You have this guy who kept throwing these items at him.
Yep.
And he snapped. He had enough. They're going to ask, is this self-defense?
No, it's not self-defense.
Tell him why.
It's not proportionate. The force used is not reasonable force. It's not proportionate. He's throwing like M&Ms or something at him. I don't know what it was, but this guy's response is to grab a keyboard and slam it on his head. That is some crazy Hulk Hogan or whatever you want to, or the Rock move. Like, I don't know, but
it was impressive though.
That's not reasonable force. There's no way that the force he used would ever be considered proportionate.
But you can tell this was not the first time. You can tell
there was
something going on between the two of them.
There's some deep-rooted...
100%. He had enough. He said, gosh darn it, Bill, I told you. I told you if you mess with me at work one more time, I'm gonna get you.
That was the last straw for him, for sure.
He was done.
This is clearly assault and battery, and the aggressor will most likely be held responsible. But what about the employer?
Well, Mike, employers are under a legal obligation to provide a safe workplace. So the employer could be held liable if this was within their control. You see, if somebody loses their mind and just so happens to lose their mind at work, the employer's not going to be held liable for that. But if the employer creates a condition which the employer knows about results in workplace conflict, then it is possible that the employer could be held liable for not mitigating those circumstances.
Okay, we covered the employer, but what about the guy who took the hits? He appeared to be throwing something at the aggressor. Does provocation count as a defense in this situation?
Rarely to never, though it can be a mitigating factor that could possibly earn a reduced sentence. But telling the judge he made me do it isn't going to earn you any points, and certainly it's not going to get you off. The aggressor in the video is more than likely going to be on the hook for the damage to the office equipment as well.
If I see this go down, I think I'd have to take an early lunch.
Yes, that's appropriate. Oh my gosh, but we are not at break time now because we have another video that we're going to play right now.
Affirmative.
Oh, swerving.
What is going on? Clearly he's not paying attention. Oh no. Don't tell me this man was drunk at work.
Oh man. From the looks of it, that's looking pretty drunk.
You're gonna take 9 heel-to-toe steps just down an imaginary line here, okay? So it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna count out loud with each step till you make 9 steps, all right? On your 9th step, you're gonna take...
A lot of instructions, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a lot of instructions.
Right, as a defense attorney, that's what I'm saying. You're giving a lot of instructions.
4, 5.
I don't know how straight that is.
6.
Yeah, it doesn't look too great.
Oh, he's struggling. Is he getting out the cuffs? He's getting out the cuffs. He knew.
What happened today? You just have a couple...
Do not answer his question, sir. This is where you say I choose to remain silent.
Exactly. Tell him, Lullaby Mike.
Invoke the fifth. No, but seriously here, when the officer starts asking him questions, that is your time to shut up, say nothing. You are already being put under arrest. There's no benefit to talking to the cops right now. Definitely stay quiet.
You know, this is actually really interesting because I know lawyers are divided on this, and I have my own take, whether or not you should even submit to a field sobriety test.
Yeah.
I tell people, do not submit to a field sobriety test. It is objective, right? You're dealing with an officer's objective assessment to what is supposed to be an objective test, but not necessarily. For example, I could not right now do the alphabet backwards, like Z.
Right.
And that's all I got.
Well, see, the field sobriety test is voluntary in all 50 states. The thing is, why you don't want to do it is because you're essentially giving the officer ammunition to arrest you. Because if they don't have enough ammunition or they don't have enough evidence at the point to arrest you right away, they ask, can you take this test? Then, as you saw here, this guy's taking the test, he's starting to stumble. Well, now they have probable cause and a reason to arrest you because they have enough evidence now. That is why, you know, the general consensus from defense lawyers is that you shouldn't voluntarily take those tests.
Right. Luckily here we have video evidence, but there are jurisdictions in America where there are officers that don't have body cams. So now you're relying solely on an officer's eyewitness account on your sobriety test. If the officer says you have failed the field sobriety test, that is admissible in your trial against you.
Yeah, so I mean, the general rule of thumb here is to not do these tests. Now, by refusing the test, they could still arrest you, but not because you refused it. They would have to find other evidence to support their reason for arresting you.
But what was going on with this guy? Not only is he driving while drunk, but he's doing it on the job with a company car.
It's safe to assume that this guy has a CDL, or a commercial driver's license, a special designation for those who drive as an integral part of their job. So not only is he facing legal charges, he also has to notify his employer. That's required even if you're not driving a company vehicle. Now, driving drunk is always a terrible idea because there's a huge risk you could cause some serious injuries to people.
Yes, because this actually happened in a company car, and there's a lot of times where company cars get involved in accidents with other people, and you need experienced attorneys in those cases, because when you're dealing with these corporations and their corporate lawyers, you need to have a good one of your own.
Exactly, and that's why we've created
IThinkIHaveACase.com. Link right there in the description.
All right, now the next video.
Who among us hasn't wanted a little extra cash on hand? Well, a word of advice, don't do what this New Jersey man appears to be doing, faking a slip and fall.
Oh my gosh.
What is wrong with him?
Alexander Goldinsky was caught on surveillance camera throwing ice on the floor in the cafeteria at his workplace and then placing himself on the ground.
Oh my
57-year-old then laid in this position until someone found him. Following an investigation, Goldinsky was arrested on charges of insurance fraud and theft by deception.
Serious charges.
Insurance fraud. Unfortunately, it happens a
Oh
lot.
yeah, oh yeah. And I'm sure a lot of our subs have seen Better Call Saul, Slippin' Jimmy. You know what I'm talking about.
I've never seen it, so.
What the heck? All right.
I don't know who
But-
Jimmy is. How foolish of him to number one, commit the crime, and then number two, to commit the crime without having scoped out the area.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, yeah, either way, this was bad news.
The fall was also pretty pathetic too. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna go through it, you need to go through it.
Ugo says, full send if you're going to hurt yourself.
I mean, the way
Yeah.
he fell, it was like, let me slowly get
Yeah.
on the ground.
And then wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open one eye. Has anyone
seen me?
anyone
Help!
seen me yet?
Help!
This is someone who is familiar with the court system enough to know that if you slip, fall, that you can hire an attorney,
Yeah.
that you can file a lawsuit.
That you can claim that the employer should have kept the floors dry and that the ice was there and that it was
Yes.
there for too long.
Yes.
And all of those things.
Also, you're going to become very familiar with the criminal system because by trying to use fraud to get into a civil case, it could lead, and did lead in this case, to criminal charges.
Yep, absolutely.
So not only are you not going to get any money from a lawsuit, but you're going to jail.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be spending more money, to be honest.
Yes, exactly.
At least with fines or
Yes.
paying for an attorney, one of the two.
100%. I mean, it's an absolute ridiculous thing to do.
I know you pulled that same move to get out of our morning run the other day.
I did slip in my tub. It
Yeah,
really
your back
happened.
seems fine.
It still hurts a lot.
Yeah, right. Carl's Jr. food safety violation.
Oh no, he's using his hand
Ugh.
to mix this. This is
This reminds me, do you ever
disgusting.
see Scary Movie with the hand?
Yes,
Like,
yes,
This
yes.
reminds me of, ugh.
This is absolutely atrocious. And you know what the worst part is? The worst part is someone ate this. Like that's the like what gets me is that obviously someone is going to the surveillance camera and using their cell phone to record on this surveillance camera.
Yeah.
But it's obviously too late. That man mixture, which is all I can call it now, has now gone out to the public. And this can cause serious injury to individuals.
Well, you just don't know what's on their hands and what they're doing. And
why is this person not saying anything? Oh, I think he's hopefully. No, this person is just walking in, la-di-da-di-da.
there's a lot of people walking by.
I think even the workers are shocked. The workers cannot believe like what is going on.
Oh, now he's tasting it.
He's tasting it.
So he's licking his fingers. He's sticking his stuff back in there.
He got something from the sink. He just got something from the sink, and now he's putting that thing in the sink in there as well.
This looks like he's making fries. And what's he doing down there? He grabbed something off the ground.
Oh my God! The pieces of fries that fell on the floor.
Oh.
He picked it up and he put it. Oh my gosh!
Oh man.
Are you kidding me?
He's doing it again. He's grabbing food off the floor again. What we saw here, this gentleman using, I don't know if we can call him a gentleman even.
Right.
This man using his hands to stir whatever liquid that was, and also picking up what appears to be fries or some sort of food off the ground, and then giving it to the customers. That is not okay.
Gosh, that's horrible. I haven't had fast food in a while, but this
Makes you not want to.
This just solidifies that I made a good decision.
Yeah.
Like this is horrible.
This is absolutely a health code violation. If a health inspector witnessed this, the restaurant would at the least have to display a poor grade on its window. At worst, this could result in full closure.
Deservedly so.
Oh yeah.
Deservedly so.
That is pretty nasty stuff.
I think you're supposed to dip your fries in that, not your entire arm.
Yeah. So there you have it. Just because you're in a professional setting doesn't mean that everyone is going to act professionally.
I get it, you're right. The working week can really get to some people.
So what's the moral of the story here?
When things get tense at work, do your best to just make it to happy hour.
And please, wash your hands.
Please, wash your hands and keep them out of my food. Please.